known as division law. In division law, we subtract the powers. Firstly, we check the base. If the both are having the numerator and the denominator both are having the same base, then only we can do subtract the powers. So what we write, a to the power m minus n. If n is greater, m is greater than n. If the denominator power is greater than the numerator power, then how we write? Then we shift or transpose the power of the numerator in the denominator, and in the numerator we write 1. So it becomes 1 by a n minus m. If the power of numerator is greater, then we write a to the power m minus 1. If the power of denominator is greater, then we write 1 by a to the power n minus m. This is the second law. We come to the third law, that is based on the product. This is the second law, and this is the law number 3, that are the same laws depending on the depending on the numerator and powers of numerator and denominator. If the power of numerator is greater, then it becomes second law, and if the power of denominator is greater, it becomes third law. In third law, when the denominator's power is greater, we shift the power of the numerator to the denominator with negative sign, and we write the answer 1 upon a to the power n minus m. Then we come to the fourth law, that is based on the power on power law, that is, if we have power on power, if we have a base a to the power m, again it has power n, that is power on power we have, then we multiply the powers. What we do? We multiply the powers. So what becomes a to the power m minus n. Suppose we have 3 to the power 4 and 4 to the power 5, that it becomes 3 to the power 4 into 5, that becomes 3 to the power 20. Similarly, I take the examples of second law and third law. If we have 8 to the power, I am taking the example of second law, 8 to the power 6 upon 8 to the power 4. That means the power of numerator is greater than the power of denominator, then power of denominator goes up, it becomes 8 to the power 6 minus 4, that becomes 8 to the power 2. And if we take 6 in the denominator and 4 in the numerator, that is 8 to the power 4 divided by 8 to the power 6, then it will become 1 by 8 to the power 6 minus 4, that is 1 by 8 to the power 2. Got it, everybody? Then we come to the next law, that is the fifth law, that is the conversion of negative index to the positive index. In law number 5, we study how to convert a negative index to the positive index. We have x to the power minus n. As we cannot write the index in negative, so we need to convert into a positive index. To convert a negative index into a positive index, we write the reciprocal of the given number and we convert the power to the positive. X to the power minus m is the number. We write the reciprocal of x, that becomes 1 by x, and power minus m becomes x to the power m. Suppose we have 9 to the power minus 6 like this, and we want to convert into a positive index. So how I am going to write? Reciprocal of 9, that has become 1 by 9 and to the power 6. If we have any negative index in the fraction, that is 1 by x to the power minus n, and we want to convert into a positive index. So I told you to convert negative index to a positive index, we write the reciprocal of it. The reciprocal of 1 by x is x, and negative index is converted to the positive, that becomes n. We take the example of it. 1 by 7 to the power minus 3, and we want to convert into a positive index, so it will become reciprocal of 1 by 7 is 7, and negative index converted to the positive index, that is 7 to the power 3. The fifth law is based on the conversion of negative index to the positive index. In the sixth law, we are only told about if any number or any base has power 0, any base has power 0, then it is equal to the 1. A to the power 0, then what is its value? 1. Remember, this is very important. Children often forget to apply this. Any base with power 0 is always 1. 8 to the power 0 is equal to 1. 90 to the power 0 is equal to 1. And many more such examples are there. Any base with power 0 is equal to 1. Then we come to the next law, that is law 7. What law 7 says? In law number 7, we are going to learn a rule. If x, y has to the power x and y, two variables are there, and whole to the power m is there, that means this power is with x as well as this power is with y. So when we remove the bracket, we write x to the power m and y to the power m. We take an example of it. 6a to the power 3. What does it mean? It means 6 also has power 3 as well as a also has power 3. If we have x by y to the power whole to the power n, that is whole to the power n, what does it mean? This means x also has power n and y also has power n. Let's take an example of it. We have 6a upon 7b whole to the power 2. What does it mean? It means 6 has power 2 as well as a has power 2, as well as in the denominator 7 has power 2 and b also has power 2. Hope everybody understood the law number 7. Then we come to the last law. If two exponential forms are equal, it's based on the exponential form. If two exponential powers are equal, then if their base is equal, then their powers will also be equal. Law number 8 says if x to the power m is equal to x to the power n. Can you see the base? X to the power m is a one exponential form, x to the power n is another exponential form. They both have the same base, that is x. If their base is same, the exponential forms are equal, then power will also become equal. Therefore, m is equal to n. But remember that x should be greater than 0 and x cannot be equal to 1. It has no meaning. Okay? Two exponential forms are equal and their base is also equal, then powers are going to become equal. We have an example of it. If we have 2 to the power x to the power 3 is equal to x to the power z. Base is equal, the two exponential forms are equal, therefore z is equal to 3. We can find the value of another index. Okay. Then we come to a very important thing, that is fractional indices. Children often get confused with these when they are writing in the exponent form. We are talking about fractional indices. X square is written as x to the power 2, that is x square. If I say square root of x, then how you are going to write? The moment I say square root, root word is added, power becomes the same number, becomes in fraction. This is the square root. If I say x to the power 3, how we write? This is cube. X to the power 3 is known as cube. The moment I say cube root, how we are going to write? Cube root. If I ask you to write cube root of x, then how we are going to write in the exponential form? X to the power 1 by 3. The moment the word root is attached, that means the same power will come in the fraction, that is 1 by 2 or 1 by 3 or so on. If I say fourth root of x, if I say fourth root of x, how we are going to write in the exponential form? X to the power 1 by 4. If I say nth root how we are going to write? X to the power 1 by n. Got it, everybody? Now we come to the questions based on these laws. Hope everybody has a book, prescribed book. Those who haven't, they will share the pic of that exercises with their friends on WhatsApp, or if it's not there, I write some questions on the board, or I show the pic of that exercise to you. We start with the first exercise, that is exercise 2A. Now before we start with the exercise, it's very important how you are going to maintain a notebook. Okay. So how we are going to maintain a notebook? On the very first page, page number 1, we'll write the index. In index, what you are going to write? Date, exercise topic, that is exercise number or chapter name, and the third column you are going to draw, it is already drawn, that is teacher signature. Page 2, you have to leave. Page 3, you are going to write syllabus for unit test 1. On the same page, you are going to make a table. Same page, make a table. What we are going to write in that table? Maximum marks of UT2 are 20. Marks expected, that is your planning, how you you are studying and what you are planning to score for your UT1. Then marks scored that you can fill afterwards when you see your answer script of UT1. Suppose it's a maximum marks, we know very well it is 20. Marks expected, suppose you are expecting that you are going to score 19 marks, and marks scored that you have to fill afterwards when you see your copy unit test copy. Then on the next page, that is the 4th page, we are going to start with the new chapter, the first chapter, that is exponent and powers. So what you are going to write? Exponent, name the chapter, write the date, write the exercise. It is exercise 2A. As you all are at home, you have sufficient time to write the instructions. So question number 1, you will write what you are going to do. Suppose question number 1, they have written simplify, so you are going to write the heading simplify, and then you will solve the questions. I'll solve a few questions for you. Have a look on this. I'm doing question number 1. Firstly, third bit. I'm doing question number 1, third part. What the third part says, z to the power 9 z to the power 3 and z to the power minus 6. They are asking you to simplify. As we know, all the 3 has the same base and we are multiplying. The first law is applicable, that is the product law. On multiplication, the powers get added. So we add the powers, and whenever we are writing the powers, we write them along with the sign. So what we write, z, once we are going to write power 9 plus 3 plus negative number always to be written in a bracket, so I write it minus 6. Plus will be added, 9 plus 3 becomes 12, plus minus will become minus 12 minus 6, that is z to the power 6. This is the answer. This way you are going to solve the questions in your notebook. Hope everybody has understood how to solve the question. Whatever I am doing it on the board, you have to redo in your fair copy also, with a complete sequence starting from the first bit, as I am leaving the first bit for your self-work. Then I come to the question number 1. I am doing the 5th bit for you now. What is mentioned in question number 1, 5 part? They are saying 5x to the power 7 multiplied by 3x to the power 4. As we have a variable as well as constant, so constant will be multiplied to a constant, variable will be multiplied to a variable. So how we write? 5 into 3 into x to the power 7 into x to the power 4. Next step, 5 3s will become 15. On multiplication, base is same, so powers get added. So what we write? X to the power 7 plus 4. That becomes 15 x to the power 11. So this is the solution for your 5th bit. One more part I'll solve for you, that is the 9th one. What do we have in the 9th bit? Hope have you understood? Now in the 9th part, what we have? We have x to the power 6, y to the power 4, z to the power minus 2 into x to the power minus 3, y to the power minus 5 and z to the power minus 1 into x square z to the power 4. So we have a 3 different variables and we are multiplying. So x will be multiplied with x, y will be multiplied with y, and z will be multiplied with z. So what we get becomes x to the power 6 into y to the power minus 3 and z to the power 2 into y to the power 4 into y to the power minus 5, z to the power minus 2 into z to the power minus 1 into z to the power 4. You can skip this step also. This is for your convenience to explain you better. So that's why I wrote them like that. So what we can write directly, x to the power 6 plus negative number always to be written in a bracket minus 3 and plus 2. Y to the power 4 plus minus 5 and z to the power minus 2 minus 1 and plus 4. What it becomes, x, first we add positive with a positive, 6 plus 2 will become 8 plus minus 3. Y has only 2 numbers, so we need to solve it here. 4 plus minus will become minus 5. Z has 2 negative numbers, so like numbers to be added firstly. Minus 2 and minus 1 will become minus 3 and plus 4. Plus minus will become minus x to the power 8 minus 3. Y will become 4 minus 1, that is minus 1, and z will become minus 3 plus 4, that is 1. X to the power 8 minus 3 will become 5. Negative index we should avoid writing, so we convert negative index into positive index by taking its reciprocal, so it goes in the denominator and we write z. Power 1 is not written, it is understood, nothing is written, and it is power 1, so I do not write 1 and I transpose y in the denominator. That becomes x to the power 5, z upon y. This is your answer. Question number 2 also they ask you to simplify. The first question was based on the product law. In the second one, it is based on the division law. Let's solve a few questions of the division law. Question number 2, simplify, again it is written, so you need to write the heading simplify. I'm doing a few bits of question number 2 now. Question number 2, I take again the third bit. That is n to the power 5, n to the power 3 upon m to the power 2, n to the power minus 1. M has power 5 and 2, n has power 3 and minus 1. So like the base which are same will be divided. So what it will become, on division powers get subtracted. So how we are going to write, m to the power 5 minus 2. This will come in the numerator and it will become negative. N will become 3 minus, and the number is already minus 1, so we write negative 1 in the bracket. What it will become, 5 to the power, m to the power 5 minus 2, that becomes 3, n to the power 3 minus 1 will become plus 1, So it becomes m to the power 3 n to the power 4. This is the way we are going to solve it. I take one more bit of it, that is the fifth bit I take of it. What is mentioned in the fifth bit? Let's see. In the fifth bit it is written 7 a to the power 12 divided by 56 a to the power 15. Firstly, we write the expression for it. So how we are going to write 7 a to the power 12 upon, we are writing in the fraction form, as 7 and 56 can be cancelled, so we'll cancel it. And a has power 12 in the numerator and a has power 15 in the denominator. As the power of denominator is greater than the numerator, so we transpose the numerator power to the denominator with a negative. So 7 by 56 will be cancelled out. 7 1 is 7, 7 8 is 56. It becomes 1 by 8 and a to the power 15 minus 12. So we get the answer 1 by 8 a to the power 3. This is your answer for the fifth one. I consider one more part of it. I consider one more part of it, that is the fifth bit, 8th bit. What is mentioned in the 8th bit is a very easy one. Just to give you an idea how to write it, I am doing it. It is p to the power 11 divided by p to the power 11. P to the power 11 divided by p to the power 11. Division law says powers get subtracted. So p to the power 11 minus 11, p to the power becomes 0. And I told you in the next law, any base with power 0 is always equal to 1. So answer for this one is 1. Hope you understood well the division law now. I proceed to question number 3 now. Again, question number 3, they are saying simplify, and in simplification we are applying the next law, that is power on power we have. So we do our questions of the next law, that is based on power. If we have power on power, power gets multiplied. So I consider question number 3 now. Again, simplifies the heading. I take the second bit of it. Firstly, what is mentioned in the second bit? 2x square by to the power 4. We apply one more law here, that if it whole has power 4, that means this power 4 is with 2 also, this power 4 is with x also, and this power 4 is with y also. So next step, how we are going to write? 2 to the power, I am writing the next line, 2 to the power 4 into x to the power 2 and has power 4 also. Power on power, power gets multiplied, so it becomes 2 into 4 and y also gets power 4. So we get 2 to the power 4 is equal to 16, x to the power 4 2s are 8 and y to the power 4. This is the answer, and this way we are going to solve the questions in the fair copy. I consider the next bit of it, that is the fourth bit I am going to consider. What is mentioned in the fourth bit? X square y to the power minus 3 and whole has power minus 2. Power on power, power gets multiplied. So x to the power 2 into minus 2. Y also my power minus 3 into power minus 2. We always write negative index or negative number in a bracket. So I wrote in the bracket. 2 into minus 2 will give you minus 4. 3 into 3 to the power minus 3 into minus 2 will give you 3 to the 6. Minus minus will become plus x to the power 6. Negative index need not to be written. So we convert negative index into positive by taking the reciprocal. So x y to the power 6 upon x to the power 4. This is the answer for the fourth bit. Hope you can do the remaining bits of question number 3. We proceed towards question number 4. Question number 4, they are saying evaluate. Evaluate means we have to find the value of the given expression. I am taking the second bit. 27 whole to the power 2 by 3. Before we write 27 to the power 2 by 3, firstly we will convert 27 into exponential form. So we convert 27 into exponential form. We do the prime factorization of that. 27 start with 3. 3 9s are 27. Again 3. 3 3s are 9. Again 3. That becomes 1. So 27 can be replaced by 3 to the power 3. So in place of 27, what I write? 3 to the power 3 and whole to the power is given 2 by 3. Again we have power on power, power gets multiplied. So it becomes 3 to the power 3 into 2 by 3. So 3 and 3 gets cancelled. We get 3 to the power 2, that becomes 9. So we have find the value of the expression, that is 9. This prime factorization of 27 need to be shown in the rough column. I take one more bit of this, that is 30 to the power 6 part I take of it. 36 to the power minus 4 by 5. We have a negative index here. I am taking the sixth bit of it. What is mentioned in the sixth bit? 32 to the power minus 4 by 5. So firstly we need to convert 32 into the exponential form. We find the prime factorization of 32. It is 2, 16s are 2, 8s are 2, 4s are 2, 2s are and 2 times 1. That means 32 can be replaced by 2 to the power 5. So in place of 32, what we are going to write? 2 to the power 5 and whole to the power minus 4 by 5. If we have power on power, power gets multiplied, so we multiply 2 to the power 5 into minus 4 by 5. So what gets cancelled? 5 gets cancelled. What we get? 2 to the power minus 4. As we cannot write an index in the negative, so we convert into positive by taking the reciprocal of it. So reciprocal of 2 is 1 by 2, 2 to the power 4. 1 by 2 to the power 4 is 2 to the power 4 is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, that is 4 into 4, that is 16. So 1 by 16 is the answer for this one. As it is mentioned in the question, evaluate, so we need to find the value of it. Hope you have understood how to solve the questions now, to find the value. In question number 5, again we have to simplify the given questions. Now we have a combination of 2 or 3 laws together. Question number 5, simplify. I am taking the fourth bit of it. What is mentioned in the fourth bit? Let's see. 81 a to the power 4, 81 a power 4, b to the power 8, and c to the power minus 4. And whole has power minus 1. Not minus, it is plus 1 by 4. So firstly 81 need to be converted into power form. So you should do the prime factorization of 81. 81 is 9 into 9. 9 is 3 into 3. That is 81 can be written as 3 to the power 4. You can do the prime factorization in the rough column and get it. 81 is 3 to the power 4, a to the power 4, b to the power 8, and c to the power minus 4, whole to the power 1 by 4. Now this 1 by 4 power will be distributed with all the terms inside the bracket. So we write 3 to the power 4 into 1 by 4, a to the power 4 into 1 by 4, b to the power 8 into 1 by 4, and c to the power minus 4 into 1 by 4. So 4 gets cancelled, 4 gets cancelled, 4 1s are 4, 4 2s are 8, and 4 gets cancelled. So we get 3 to the power 1. Power 1 is not written, 1 is not written, so I write 3. A to the power 1, so I write only a. B to the power 2, so I wrote b to the power 2. C to the power 4 get cancelled, but minus 1 is left. So to avoid the negative index, I include one more step. 3a, b square, and c we write in the denominator to convert negative into positive index. This is the way we are going to solve the question. So we have more questions in the same exercise. So what your assignment for today is exercise 2a, question number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 to be completed. I'll say the last bit of question number 5, that is 9th bit, tomorrow, but first you try it. If you won't be able to get it, then I'll help you how to solve question number. So what is your homework? Exercise 2a, question number, what is your assignment? Exercise 2a, question number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, all parts. Those who don't have book, they can share the pic of the questions from with their friends on the WhatsApp. Those who do not have, they can have a look on the questions here, or I'll send a pic of it if it's possible. I'll send a pic of it on the video. Thank you, students. We'll continue in the next class.